Knowing how I'll feel the next day. It's just a gauge of like, okay, this works. Don't fix what ain't broke, you know? Welcome back, Evelyn Harper with Forever Fit. You are part of the Fit in 5, where these workouts are anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. Let's get started. We are focusing on our core today. All you will need is a med ball. For this first movement, you are extending your elbows out and tucking them in. Out and tucking them in. It's nice to do these in front of a mirror so you can check your form. You don't want your back to be too high or your back to be sagged. So right there in the middle, pinch your shoulder blades together in the back. Good. If you feel too much pressure in your back, I suggest just dropping your knees, taking some of that pressure off and allowing your abs to engage more. You can make these harder by moving your feet back. Hard enough, so I'm gonna move them back. All right, let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, going right into dipping your knees. We've got 20 of these. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness gracious. Your abs should be burning. We're going into our obliques, so I like to do a full core exercise and then target my obliques. All right, that's 5. We're going to 15. The hard part of these are going all the way down and squeezing at the top. The slower you go, the more you'll feel it. Tilt your hips diagonally towards the ground. By opening up, you're going to target more of your back. So if this feels too much for your abs, we'll just keep it smaller. I forget what number we're at. I'm terrible at counting, to be quite honest. 2, let's do 1 more. 3, okay, great. We're going to keep on keeping on with that same side. So, you're going to do a bottom-up movement. You'll find that in a lot of my pink core workouts, I do similar movements. And that's because I find something that works, and I replicate it and stick with it, knowing how I'll feel the next day. It's just a gauge of like, okay, this works. Don't fix what ain't broke, you know? So these exercises are the ones that have really crispened up my core. The next thing that I'm working on to polish it up is I started following Dr. Pelz. Talked about her in a couple videos now. But if you're just chiming in for the first time, then me talking about her is new to you. But she is all about women's health and regulating your hormones. And that is something that has been off for me. And I know so because my symptoms throughout the month have been excruciating, especially during certain times. Let's move on to our other side of our obliques. And society has started to normalize those symptoms. But in reality, they should not be that extreme. So, in doing so, I've really been honing in on my diet and different techniques. It's been about a year of focusing on my gut health. And I've come a long way. I've simplified my diet drastically. But the last little piece that I am implementing, and not the last, I'm sure there's 1,000 other pieces to implement, but this one specifically is fasting. So similarly to religion, Sunday is the day of rest, and I'm applying that to my gut and my stomach, giving it a day off of doing the hard work. So I'm going to see how this goes, and I will keep you posted. But I'm really excited about it because when listening to Dr. Mindy Pelz, everything she says is very logical and it makes sense. She talks about the scientific articles to back it up, which I feel like this day and age, there's scientific articles for everything, but she has thousands and thousands of patients who she has helped, so that brings some validation to her approach there, and something for me that is just worth trying. So why not? You should feel these in your lower abs, right there. These are also just very hard, so I do feel them elsewhere, but you're targeting here. If you start feeling any sort of tightness in your neck, just look up to the ceiling or even rest your upper body on the ground. Good. All right, we are going to finish with those bear plank dips where you're dipping your knees down to the ground. Those were probably, out of all of this, the most painful, most challenging. So I'm coming back to them. Let's do 20 of them. I want to make sure I don't lose count. That's 9, 10 more. I will tag my 3 favorite podcasts that I've listened to with her in them to give you an idea of her messaging and such in her approach to all of this. It's hard for me to find someone who catches my attention, and she has done it. So I'm going to keep listening until it's no longer caught, but it's working for now. All right, hopefully your abs are feeling fired up. Mine certainly are. Tomorrow we will be working on our arms. You can learn more about my fitness approach of how I got from this to that with my fitness blueprint for a busy mind, which is tagged below. It just takes what I've learned through all the experiences I've had with living in Jackson Hole, living in Hawaii, and simplifies it into the 5 elements to help you become sustainably fit. So check that out. Reach out with any questions and see you in the next video. Over and out.